Wait, have we started yet? We haven't
Yeah,
started yet. have we?
Yo, I was going to ask that, but I was scared. I was going to ask the question yet. So
It's fine.
I've
We could
been
just
waiting.
cut whatever. It's cool. Yeah.
I was
So,
waiting.
I don't know that we were
You don't
beginning already.
You don't play Clash of Clans, do you, Ruby?
No, I don't play none of it.
Yeah, I figured.
Well, since I guess we already started.
Honestly, the only mobile game I played
Oh, we started.
was Dude Army.
Yeah, man, you've been playing that shit for ages as well.
So,
Like,
besides,
seeing game in like 2013.
Look at us now.
Lobbies.
Look at us now.
Yeah, look at us now.
so besides the two other mobile games, do you guys play?
Hold on. I got some right here. I got Need for Speed No Limits.
Nice.
I loved my Need for Speed games.
And Real Racing.
Fucking chess. I think that shows my age.
Is it chess?
I have chess.
Yeah, shut the fuck up. What about you, Flair?
I have
Wait, what was that,
chess.
sir?
I have Minesweeper and Brawl Stars.
Minesweeper?
I'm not even joking. It's
Bro.
8,000 Minesweeper, like 8,000 mines.
You might as well-
It's taken me 9 hours to fucking do it.
Might as well
It's been,
like,
6 months.
Might as well download fucking Jenga and Tic-Tac-Toe.
I may as well, you know. I don't know. It's
Boring
it's
ass
more
game, bro.
satisfying. It's, you know, it is not every game. Playing DA, I'm so fucking tired of being competitive. I just want a tedious, mindless fucking game you could do while you're on the bus or on a
Bruh.
tube or on a car somewhere.
I already know your little cousins don't ask to play on your phone. You got fucking nothing. You got Minesweeper on your phone? What the fuck?
Nigga got chess.
Bro, they can play DA2 on my phone for like it doesn't bother me.
What about you, Flair? What games do you play besides the DA?
I got Clash of Clans,
Faster.
Clash Royale, some what we got? Like those Poke machines, you know?
What
You got to that Minecraft. You look like a
No
Minecraft.
Minecraft. That's about it, to be honest. I
Nice.
don't really like playing any iPhone games.
What's the most you guys spend on the game? Like money?
Oh man, we both know it's a Supercell game.
99 cents.
99 cents, that's it?
The Pro Pack.
Wait, in total or in one go?
We'll do the total for like the most spent on the game. Like if it's like Clash of Clans, you go with that.
Oh man, even fucking Dimitri / Dionysus knows I've spent. Oh man, it's got to be close to $70 right now on Brawl Stars in total.
Damn.
$70.
I think so. Yeah, I swear to God.
What about Clash of Clans?
Clash of Clans is probably somewhere around $40, $30 maybe at most. Probably less than
Bro,
that.
that's how I spend on my Spotify. Oh my god.
My Spotify is even worse than that, man. But you know what? I spend a lot of money, so.
I mean, I don't judge on.
I think Flair's always been free to play.
Yeah, I'm just I don't see the point in spending money, to be honest.
You know what though?
Trying to get good fast.
It seems like a lot of money now, but when it's like $5 here and there, like for over,
Yeah, man.
you never notice it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think
that's kind of true.
I spent around probably like 120 on Brawl.
Jesus Christ!
Then probably around $100 on Clash of Clans.
I can tell by those
Alright.
fucking skins you're carrying.
And
Y'all
then
don't,
Clash.
have, y'all don't have consoles,
Then-
right?
Yeah, I do, but I don't ever play it anymore.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
Clash Royale. I probably spent a good amount back then. I probably spent around $50 maybe.
If we're talking about money spending on a game, other than mobile, on a PS4, Call of Duty, I spent over like $200, so I'll go on
Bruh.
that.
Yeah,
I went crazy
I
on
spent about
Fortnite, bro.
$30 on Fortnite.
But you know,
Yeah,
it's
man.
funny. It's funny though because we spend all these money on games, and like the best game was I'm gonna assume the best game we were at was DA. We never spent any fucking money on it at all.
Yeah,
I think the most money I spent on DA2 is probably around $10 to $20 on just buying pro packs and multiple accounts. Like
bro.
it would never fucking go far. Probably not.
Where
10.
the
I don't.
Probably not even 10. Roughly around 10 or less.
I would even have to buy it most of the time just because I would just borrow friends' accounts and just play with that.
Yeah, but because their server maintenance was so ass, like I would buy a pro pack and it would disappear on that same account. And I've
Oh, that sucks. Yeah, I do remember that.
We don't have
Remember
it.
back in the
So
day,
I
also you
just
can hack.
buy it
You can
again.
hack your thing too, in-store apps.
Right. They have a new battle pass system on DA2 now. On the what was it, MMC? MC
Oh
MMC,
my god.
MMC.
They're trying to get that shit ready.
Yeah, they probably would. It's in like nearly every game these days. Those battle pass
Yeah.
things.
Who knows,
Sounds
maybe
like
one
money.
day you'll be spending $200 instead of on COD. You'll be spending it on mini militia.
Cap. Cap.
Buying a 5-shot sniper.
Oh, shit.
Battle pass for Spotify. You gotta listen to specific songs to unlock more tiers.
You gotta listen to Drake. And you gotta listen
You
to
gotta-
podcasts.
You gotta listen to an hour straight of ASMR of chewing.
Imagine grinding battle pass on DA2. Imagine.
Well, you know, there is probably some Indian out there who would. I mean,
Fucking King on,
there's a
bro.
lot of kids who, there's a lot of kids who will do anything on this game. You know, and
we all used to be
Yeah.
like that at one point. I feel like.
Yeah.
to some degree,
Yeah.
though, it's ambition. I think.
Yeah.
You know, I think one thing you could take from this is that you can be ambitious. You know, it might. I mean, of course, you can be ambitious in anything, but at least it shows you what happens if you are ambitious in something, whether it be a stupid 2D game or whatever. So
You're right.
yeah,
Ambitious.
ambitious.
Soon you grow some balls and realize you're wasting money for dumb.
What would you say we could start with some D2 questions?
How did you start, Ruby?
What was that?
How did you start?
How did I start? Was a Christmas. Okay, first I got a Christmas gift, and I started on iPod 4.
Oh man,
Dang.
Then I just, I was that kid to play some games on the iPod or iPhone, so I just started to download random games. Temple Run, remember Temple Run? What was the other
yeah.
game?
Oh yeah.
For that, yeah.
That shit slapped.
Another game was Jet. This Jet Kid. What's it called?
Joyride.
Jetpack.
Joyride, yeah, Joyride. Then I downloaded Doodle Army. Then I was like, I kept playing it, and really stuck to me. So I just kept playing it.
What made you stick to it? Like keep
I
playing and
guess-
keep playing.
It's a thing that you can interact with other players, like talk, chat, beef with them. It was a different surface that you can interact with players,
Yeah.
and that's what made me stick to Doodle Army. And look at us right here. You can make friends out of anything.
Did you expect to stick to the community as long as you have?
Pretty much.
Definitely not for
Did
me.
you ever expect to get this far?
What was the question? I was reading Vengeance comment who was sexually attracted
Did you
to
ever
comment.
expect to get this far, though?
Honestly, I mean, I tried to take my name out there like other players. Like I had players like to look up to, like for example, like Thunder, Zion, all those players. Like they were big. And I was like, oh shit, they're pretty known. So I wanted to also get my name out there as well. So
I was speaking on the last podcast about Blood's tournament, and you were in there as well. That was an insane tournament.
you want to hear the funny story about that tournament? So once I got to face LK, that's when I had to fucking take a big ass dump.
Wait, what? In the middle of the game?
in middle of like facing okay, they were rushing me. It's like it's time to face it.
Bruh.
And it was on the last day, and I was like, I gotta take a shit, bro. I was like, you know what, whatever, I'll face it. I was like, oh
So,
my god.
so did you hold it in, or did you take a shit and play the same?
No,
thing?
I was playing out King while taking the shit.
What was the score? I know El King won, but what was the score like games wise?
I think I tied one, and he won the rest of them.
Yeah, fuck. That
Yeah.
was like 5-1 then. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, you got far actually. I honestly back then I didn't expect you to get that far. If I'm honest, I don't remember who was before Elking though, but I know Elking was really good. So,
But the
Yeah.
thing that was kind of I feel like that match was rigged. Not that match, but like the tournament was rigged at the final. Like all of a sudden, Elking couldn't play Fuse. That was a question that I had. Well, one of my questions.
if I'm honest, yeah, because Elking won that by DNF. He never actually played Fuse. But I know that Elking would have beaten Fuse. Definitely.
Yeah, I was like, all of a sudden, Elking in the final was like, he can't play Fuse. So, automatic win for Fuse, whatever.
So, what was more intense, the shit or the game?
Bro, both of them.
So, what about you, Fleur? How did you discover DA2 and all that?
I think I had an iPod second generation, and I couldn't find any games that supported it at the time. And I think I was just going through App Store, and I think I searched up shooting games, and I found Doodle Army 2, I think, and I just started playing it. I remember I got into this lobby, a quick play lobby, and I just got shit on in lunacy, I think that's what you call it, by like these TRP pros, and I think that's where it all started. I was just wondering how these kids were so good at the game.
Well, so you started basically when all the action was really starting to take place, then, didn't you? So you were there
that's
from the
right,
very
yeah.
beginning. Yeah, you were there like not in the middle, but like you were there when shit was going, basically.
Yeah, like I think TRP and like Rays and Luff and stuff. I always used to run into those players when I was just starting.
Yeah, nice. I remember Raze.
Oh, yeah,
I feel like Raze was like one of those forgotten clans.
Yeah, it was.
Raze was Scorpion. I can't remember anyone else actually. Scorpion. I don't know if Zion was in there or he was running LOF at the time. I can't remember. But yeah, it was old.
So, what made you stick to DA2?
I think I searched up on YouTube some like how to get good and stuff. I used to really look up to Ultra. He was one of the players I used to look up to. I just wanted to get good at the game as well, just like what Ruby said. I just wanted to make a name for myself as well. But I started posting a bit late. I remember I used to watch your videos too, Hades. And yeah, you guys just sit on kids all the time.
Do you have a video in particular that sticks out in your head?
I think like the ones where you do 40 kills in quick play.
Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah,
I know which ones you're talking
just owning everyone and stuff. I used to watch all those videos. Ones
Did
with
you
and Hollow and
expect?
stuff.
I'm glad you
Did you expect to be in the community as long as you have?
Definitely not. I didn't think it'd turn out like this, to be honest. I'm surprised I'm even like here in a podcast.
Yeah.
But it's cool. Like, yeah, I made heaps of friends. We've kept in contact. You and I, right?
Yeah, we
Been a
have.
while. Yeah, I wouldn't expect that, especially like someone I've never met in person.
I've considered you
cool.
my very best friend at one point.
Oh, how sweet.
Oh,
Yeah.
Then he stopped talking to me. Then I hated him ever since.
Fake.
And all good. People come and go. People fall apart.
Damn.
That's just
That's
how it is.
Sad love story.
No, but we here.
Yeah, we
I mean, pretty much. I feel like we all had that comment trying to get our names out. I guess.
Yeah,
Being looked up to. Like we also had players to look up to as well.
So, Ruby, what was the hardest point of your DA2 career? Like, what was like the part like you were really struggling, like getting good at?
All right, hold on. Hold on. Let me hold that comment on you because I'm not even saved. No, okay, hold on. I'll be back.
Don't say you're taking a shit as well.
No. Just give me
Okay,
a couple.
you can answer that question for then. Like, did you feel like the hardest part for you was like you kept losing, or you couldn't see like any improvement, or like what? Well, I'll say this for example. Then, like I remember 2015, I think that was just like right after I got back from being grounded after months, and all of a sudden, like everyone was just good. Like all of my friends, like Draco at the time, we were really good friends. Lethal, Swirl, even Swirl. I mean, they just got like way better than me, and I felt like I was lacking so behind. And I remember I would stay up like every single fucking night. This was like during summertime or some shit, and I had to play like consistently for like fucking a month probably, just so I can even keep up with them, man. Like I just felt so behind. So like I feel like that point was like really hard for me compared to everyone else.
I think we all felt like that though as well.
Yeah.
Okay, I remember myself personally, like back in what was it, 2013. At the time, I still didn't have internet. I didn't have like broadband or anything. But I remember my mum, she had this iPad too, and she had like mobile data on there. And I just used her iPad for 8 hours a day straight one time. Well, not even one time, multiple times even. And it was sit on that sofa and just play DA2 and just sit there for 8 hours straight. Like,
Yeah, man.
that's it's just obsession at that point. But
It really is.
you remember those hearts. I wasn't even that good. Like I was pretty shit, but it was just a grind.
So I guess what I was basically asking for, like, did you feel like you struggled a lot to get good, or do you think it like came out naturally?
no, I struggled a lot. I used to grind every night, even on school nights till like 4 a.m. Like I just wanted to get better at the game, and I did that on iPod. But I felt like when I started playing on iPad, it was just so much better. It was so much easier. I found so much better on iPad as well.
Yeah, man.
But yeah, it was pretty difficult. Like I used to get owned by so many players, wondering how they got so good at the game. Like even like I'd get rushed and they did it so quick, and I'm just sitting there. I'm like, how the fuck do they move so fast? Things like that. And I just wanted to do the same thing.
That's funny, because I bought an iPad 4th gen from an iPad because I was getting rushed too much. Like I swapped the other way around because the meta was rushing at the time, and I couldn't move fast enough on a big ass iPad to change. So I moved to iPod 4th gen because I didn't need the space. I just needed to move quick.
Man, I love rushing, man. Like I feel like I was pretty fucking good at it.
Yeah, rushing is the best on iPhone.
Like I remember my go-to technique is like, I don't know like how I would do it exactly, but like I would like kind of like toss a nade, but like nade would like toss like slowly and short. Like I would do it like when I was like falling down, like the nade like goes up and like slow. Yeah.
Momentum.
Yeah. So I would do that, and then right as soon as I did that, I would rush fast with the shotgun, because they would usually be up against like an object like a rock.
Yeah.
So I would do that, rush with the shotgun, just fucking destroy them just like that. That's like my go-to.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's actually cool watching people rush.
Like I think like the best part of like rushing on DA, especially like stuff like that. Like I did stuff like that as well. You could do the opposite way around, which I think is much cool as well. Like you push in with a gun, but you place a nade where they're not even there yet, but they have no choice but to run into the nade or run.
Oh yeah.
And like you could play around with it so much. That was the fun part of DA2 rushing. I feel like.
Yeah.
You back, Ruby? I guess not. So, anyways, what was your favorite like play style to use, Flare? Like, were you more of like a rusher, a camper, both?
Oh man, I just rushed all
Yeah.
the time. Yeah, I can't camp for long. I don't know. Rushing's just where it's at.
Yeah, I
I
can't
like getting
understand.
those kills.
Yeah, I can't understand
Yeah,
how people
I
can
like
just sit back the whole game and just can't like sit
Oh,
in the middle with the sniper. Like it's so
Yeah,
boring.
like, and they'll get the best of me sometimes, and then I'll just start blind
Yeah.
rushing, and then yeah.
But would you consider
rushing-
yourself a 1v1 player, or did you stay on quick play?
Me, I started getting into 2v2s a lot. I enjoy 2v2s a lot. I was definitely not good at 1v1s. Didn't play them much. I used to love playing quick play, but I used to get owned by so many players I didn't even know at the time as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't want to like badmouth you or anything, but I remember playing with you in a quick play lobby, and this is more.
Yeah, I
like a
remember that too.
There was more of a milestone for me than it is for you, and I'm sorry to bring this up, but for me, when I realize I'm at my peak or I'm doing better than most, is when I played you in a lobby full of some other CICs, and you were in second
Yeah.
place. Yeah, I don't know if you're talking about the same lobby as me, but there was a 20 kill gap. I think I was in
Yeah.
the 40s. You were in the 20s, and then all the other pros or whatever were in the below that. And that to me is me at the best I can remember.
Free for all's really
Yeah,
died out. I mean, no
that
one
was
really
a
does them
while
anymore.
ago.
Wait,
Yeah.
what?
That was like 2014, I think.
That was my best year actually.
Yeah.
I think. So
Dang.
Yeah, I remember you joining. I'd try and talk, but like, you didn't say much when you played DA2. Like, you were just always quiet.
yeah, you know it is.
He thought he was cool.
Yeah, probably.
Probably a lot. I will admit to you at that one point, it was slightly edgy, but after a while, I think I had nothing to say, or I just didn't want to talk because I just didn't care.
Honestly, I was scared.
Yeah.
I was a bit antisocial, to be honest. I was like, fuck it, I just want to play these kids and just carry on. And yeah. And,
I was kind of
Well,
scared
you
of
were,
Pia about that.
yeah, I recognize that it scared a lot of people as well at the time. So, you know,
I was like, this dude doesn't talk, so I was like, I'll just leave him alone.
yeah,
So Ruby,
it wasn't anything personal though. So
Ruby, you missed a lot,
Nah,
man.
you're
You were
cool.
taking a shit, I assume.
My
But
bad. It was
that
the shit,
question from earlier.
Yeah.
It's the question from earlier. I was asking you. I guess a better way to ask you, like I asked Flair. Did you struggle a lot, like coming up, or like do you think like DA2 just kind of came naturally to you?
No, it was like all of a struggle because, I mean, trying to get better at the game, everyone was like good. I was like, want to get my name out there against all pro players. And, I mean, at first come up, it was like pretty shit because you lose. Everybody calls you noob, trash. I was there at one point, so then I took my own time to play against like random players on quick play. In my free time, I even stayed overnight, never slept, and played through the army. And yeah, I mean, it was a struggle. It was not natural to me. Like whatever you want to do, it was a struggle for me.
Did you have to just like switch your play style a lot, or like did you always stick to like one play style and just like get good with it instead of like switching up?
I mean, Play style, I took a little bit of everything because a lot of like some players camp their ass off with sniper. Some players like Fuse or El King rush, like they were smart with rushing. Other players were like decent, like in the between. I was like I wanted to be between one of those players. So
Like passive.
What did you think of Elking's playstyle when you played him?
El King playstyle was like very unpredictable, honestly.
Did you? I don't know if it was like I played him a few times. One time on Pyramid, and he would just peck me down with like an Uzi, and it was like
Yeah,
it was little pecks. It was like it was. You'd think, oh, this is not much. He's like doing 1 or 2 shots on me here and there.
honestly, El King he's very unpredictable. He's like good with every single weapon.
He is very good actually.
And
I
also some like a player to stick out too that like I really admire is Blood, because he's like a player that is patient. He's not a camper, but he is patient with his like he doesn't melee spam or rush, but he's like patient and like very. I feel like he's very smart with his movement and aim, and that's what I see in him, and that's what like one of those players that I admire.
I actually have a story about Blood, but I don't know if you guys want to carry on first because it might. I don't know how long it'll be.
I mean, whatever topic comes up first.
So
I mean, do you have any other questions I missed?
I was gonna say if you guys gonna carry on. One time I used to play with Blood a lot. Like I think a good like 3 or 4 months we did like continuous 1v1s, and you know at the time I don't know why. I think it might be a playstyle thing. I could never beat him. Like I would just like I would lose, or like I think I won like 40% of the games, and he like won 60% of them. And I honestly thought he was just better. And then I started playing around with playstyles a bit when I started meeting Apollo, because I think that's when I started to like switch up playstyles a bit more. And then this was just before TDL started. I was telling him, oh, I play Apollo a lot as well lately. He's like, yeah, Apollo's good. He's better than me. I was like, well, no, because I can beat Apollo pretty well now. And then Apollo's like, yeah, why the fuck are you losing to Blood? This kid's shit. And then I was like, no, I keep losing to Blood, but I don't know how I can beat you. And Apollo's like, hold up a fucking second, let's invite this dude. And so it's me, Apollo, and Blood. And he's be like, Kaya, just sit back and spectate. I'm gonna beat him. And then Apollo just fucking destroys him right there in front of me. Blood stays completely quiet. And it's funny because I could never beat Blood, but I could beat Apollo with ease at one point. And then Apollo could beat Blood, but I don't know, I just could never do it. So I think that's an example of playstyle as well. Because
Yeah,
it was a bit of a
that's what
three-way triangle.
Yeah. I feel because I mean, players like that, like Blood, he's like not you can't predict his play style. He's like very precise in everything.
Yeah, he was very it was quite logic. It was like it wasn't like anything like silly. He was a very like not conservative, but you know he never took like like big risks or anything. He never put himself out in the open. But
Yeah,
it
you're
was
right about
very like smooth. It was very smooth gameplay actually. Yeah.
Well, who were you guys' 1v1 partner? I feel like everyone had like this one 1v1 partner. Like they always had time to play with, like no matter what. They just made time and just fucking play for like hours together.
Right now, it's Serpent because I always hit him up on Snapchat to play, and he's like always on. Back then, it used to be Fuse. That's when Fuse, when I started to like make my name bigger. He was like a partner with me with like made SL with Helios, and then he invited me to make SW along with Vespit Blood and ETC, and
Yes.
and then like once I started to get better, getting my name out, me and Fuse were like partners and just playing 1v1, getting better with each other. And most claymores we were always together with SW, so Fuse was like the main character for 1v1.
What about you, Kai? Who was your partner?
I think before TDO, it gets. I mean, after TDO, sorry, it gets a bit complicated. But I think for the most part, it was definitely Hollow for the very early stages. Then to Bloods, and then Apollo. But then after that, it was every single TDO leader. Basically everyone at that point, I think. I played with everyone constantly. So yeah. What about you?
Yeah, nice. Back then, like when I was first starting out, I played with like Lethal, like a lot, like every single fucking day, all day. And later on, it was probably Flare for a little bit. I mean, me and Flare would like play a shit ton.
Yeah, we would. Yeah.
Yeah, like just
We were
like
hours
boyfriends.
straight, especially when I was in school, man.
This nigga's stupid.
Like
Yeah.
when we did nothing in class, dude, I was playing with Flare whole time. And then the latest time, like RS days, I was playing with not Nemesis, sorry, Nurseus. I would always hit him up, and we just grind that shit. Like we would always 1v1 and train each other.
Honestly, I played with Flare a lot when when I had Prisma. So my iPhone days, me and
Yeah,
Flare were
I
always
remember
1v1 and record. I remember those.
Yeah, I remember those as well.
What about you, Flare? Who did you partner up with to 1v1?
Probably my little brother a lot because we just do LAN Wi-Fi, no delay, so we'd probably
enough.
play a lot. Yeah. I actually had a few friends from school that used to play as well. They got pretty decent, but they weren't well known.
Hold on, didn't you have like a girlfriend? Not a girlfriend, but like a friend that was a girl who played EA too?
Yeah, I got a few friends into this game.
But she was
Yeah,
pretty
we still
popular,
play.
wasn't she?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. So besides your little brother, like people want to know, like who did you 1v1 like a shit ton?
You. I remember we used to play a lot.
Yeah.
Ruby. I used to play. I think I used to play with Ruby a lot before I used to play with you, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we
And,
recorded on YouTube.
Yeah. I used to play with Fuse a lot. He used to train me, that guy. I used to think he was a god, and I'd be like, "Oh, can you train me?" And he would just show me some stuff, but I never took it in, to be honest. That's
Yeah.
probably about it. Yeah. And then I didn't do 1v1s that much. I try to stay away from that.
I don't know if you guys ever had people like this. I think Ruby would have definitely had some, but I'm sure you guys had a couple as well. I had people who were like not 1v1 partners, but they were like, it's sad to say, but they were like 1v1 punching bags. Like you knew you could beat them.
Oh yeah.
For their sake, they were inviting you to get better. For your sake, you were just inviting them for like a good win.
This is a good example.
Meteor was mine. I'll not be honest. Actually, before SB blew up, he was mine as well for that. But that was before like he actually got better. And a few others as well. But you know, like I'm sure everyone's had their fair share.
Honestly, Flare was probably mine.
Your punching bag?
Yeah, especially when I got
Just
good
got a big
and
W, you know.
when
like
I got
before
good,
people win.
like 2017 or something like that. I think you hardly beat me. But like you wouldn't play that much though. But like
Yeah.
whenever we did play, I would just shit on you all the time.
Y'all want to
Yeah,
hear?
you would, yeah.
You want to hear a funny story though? That,
Okay.
like Kia said, like I also had like another bunch of players that was like be a punching bag. So back then when I started like get my name out again, I had a lot of players be like always asking me, "Yo, Ruby, can I be your junior and all that?" And I was like, "Sure." So I was like, at the end of the day, I can't even keep track of my kids. So it's like some names started sticking out, like Days or Emil, and also Viper that sticked out too. And I was one like asked to be my junior. I was like surprised about that, so I was like, sure, why not? And those were like back in the day they were all kind of shitty. Viper was coming up pro. Back then, no one liked Viper. So we will always have like a 2v2 rounds like almost every day. It was me, Days, Emil, and Viper, and they were all pretty much like my juniors. So we were all every day we train, we like help each other play better. Of course, not to brag, I was always on top, and they were like I was always on top, shitting on these three. And I was like, and yeah, those were like my main three. You could say punching bags.
Yeah.
See, with the whole junior idea, I hated it because, you know, like if the junior was shit, I didn't want some shit kid running around with my name, you know. Like I never really had a junior. I think Swirl was like my first one, but even then, he wasn't like.
Well,
He
was
wasn't
good.
that good. He was only a junior based out of like friendship more so than skill. But like I just didn't want some random loser like going 0-15 on Hades Junior. It's like what
God damn.
Junior was what the fuck is Hades doing then? But yeah.
How would you feel whenever your juniors would call you dad or a senior?
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh, I feel guilty about that. I recorded that shit too.
It feels so
Bro.
weird, like calling like
Okay,
dad.
first I was like 10 and 11 years old when I started doing that.
I made them call me daddy.
Dan, who were your juniors?
Famous ones were probably Master, Jaren, Panic.
Never knew he was Indian.
Yeah, Master was my junior. Yeah, best Indian out there. And then Panic was my junior as well.
You had an Indian junior, which is like different to all of us.
Yeah, I mean, I was open to that shit, you know. I mean,
I think everyone was, but you know, like you had one that was like pretty decent.
yeah. And Panic was my junior. Escape was my junior. Escape was okay. It wasn't that bad. I mean, he wasn't good either. Like on a scale of 1 to 10, he's probably like a 5, 4, maybe like a 4. I think those are all my well-known juniors. So, yeah, I mean,
like DA2 wise, like how do you train them other than like beating their asses?
Obviously I would give them tips like how I was explaining to you earlier, like the technique of like letting like the nade like kind of float in the air. I would teach them that, and also how to shoot longer with shotgun. Like melee shoot, you could do that. Like if you shoot melee, like it makes your shotgun go farther.
Really?
And yeah.
That's so fun though. And Shotgun King as well, because he would melee and shoot the shotgun at the same time.
Who?
Thunder. They used to call Thunder and shotgun.
Yeah. I would call myself that as well. I mean, yeah, just overall tips. Just shit like that, you know, like don't do this, don't do that. I would tell them try default, because I mean, I feel like default is best fucking controls. I mean, come on, because I mean, it's just so easy to be fast with default, you know. I mean, that was my play style, you know, try to be fast, rush good. And so I would try to convert them to default and just stick with it because it would work out better for them in the end.
I feel like, you know, because I don't know if I've ever told you this, guys, but I don't know if Crypt wants to share this or not, but one night, not too long ago, me and Crypt were in like a good hour or 30-minute phone call, and I went over his YouTube videos of like DA2 stuff. Like this was only like a few weeks ago or 2 weeks ago, however long. And I was telling him of like stuff that were like we would do in the old days of like peace pipe. It's like 30 seconds, like snippets. We would go over each second of his YouTube videos and tell him where he could improve on. Because this is like old gen stuff that we would have done, but the new gen stuff don't do now. And I feel like strategy has been lost in these newer gen gameplays, which no one ever plays like anymore now. You know?
Yeah. You know, I was gonna say, I do remember doing this one thing where I would stand in one space specifically, and I would tell them to get the rocket or the sniper and try to hit these like drop shots or rush. And I would just stand in the same place and like help them like hit those shots.
Oh yeah, I remember people teaching like that.
Yeah, and or like sit crouched behind like a log and have them like hit those shots. Like you have to like, hit to the front of the body, you know, like one spot. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. I never. I don't know how people learn this stuff. Actually, I guess you just have to go for it and see if it works.
Yes, that, I mean, yeah, I would let them do like whatever they wanted. I would just stand in the same fucking place. And I feel like that was pretty effective, honestly. I mean, because you're gonna have situations like that. I mean, especially in outposts in the top left corner, where people like whenever you're fucked and you have no weapons, so you just sit there in the corner waiting for them to rush you in hopes you try to get them. So I mean, obviously, if you were on the other side, you could try to get like the rocket or the gas, nades, nade and snipe. I'm pretty sure in some cases you can actually hit that shot with sniper.
Yeah, I think you can.
I think Volcanic has done it, or a Hydro. But yeah, I know some
Hydro got
people.
good out of nowhere.
You said what?
He got good out of nowhere, Hydro.
I think someone taught him though. I can't remember who.
I think
Mike.
Mike trained him or something.
Yeah,
That's what a lot of
Mike.
people say.
Yeah, this is after my time, so I really didn't pay attention, to be honest.
Yeah.
So, Ruby, who were your famous juniors? Before I forget.
Yo, what I mean, I think you already know. Viper. Viper was honestly, he came as a surprise. I was like right after I was like done, quit for like a couple months. Then I was like I was on YouTube randomly, and then I saw a top 10. And I was like Viper, and I keep seeing Viper as like the first choice of like the best dude army player. I'm like, how did this dude turn out so fucking good in the game? He's like so shit after like I played him. And I was like, once I played him on like a random like 2v2 or just a quick play thing, and he was like outstanding. I was like, God dang, this guy got good. And another famous juniors were Daze, and I think Taze was my junior, or was it Taser? I don't even know.
I remember Tazy.
Yeah, I think Taze was being my junior too. I remember him. And Daze and Emil. Those were my juniors.
Oh, yeah.
But I would say like the one who outstand was Viper.
Did you have any famous juniors, Blair? Like any well-known players?
No, I wasn't really into that junior thing, to be honest. There's no reason. I just never had one. Yeah.
Honestly, I thought of it kind of as free clout. Honestly, I would say yes to everyone who has to be my junior. I'm not gonna lie, but I would only train the ones who actually thought had a chance. Like I wouldn't train anybody. Only the good ones. So what?
It's a waste of time, honestly. I just couldn't do it.
Yeah, no. I mean, they would ask me, "Hey, can I be your junior?" I was like, "Yeah." And they ask for the kick. I give it to them, but then I never speak to them again.
Wow.
Man, what's the next question, Kyle?
Be my son in this.
Okay. You know what? I wanted to do this later on, but I want to do it now. And this is the little channel thing I made, and it goes over the two questions. I'll go over both of the questions. First question was, has the DA2 average player gotten better or worse? We can start with this one, and everyone's thoughts basically. Start with Flair.
I feel like it has, I think, to be honest. I'm not sure why. I just feel like it has. I mean, I feel like because the game's so much different and the play style is different as well. I remember with no one was like crouching on the walls and stuff or peeking, like using the walls, just crouching on there. Like it was all new to me. But yeah, I feel like the average player has gotten better.
What about you, Ruby?
For me,
I feel
it really actually gotten better. Cause like these days when I like came back, like I fucking struggle beating like random noobs. I'm like, how the hell did these people got better? Like I go in any random Indian lobby and they're like above average. So, and like I feel like the mechanics of the game gotten like enhanced, and like the only thing back then, like you said on the last podcast, each player had his individual play style. Now it's like almost the same thing. Everybody copies each other. You get sniper, camp, and same thing in outpost. You get sniper. First thing who gets sniper and wins the game. And it was like it's pretty much repetitive. So I feel like everybody copies each other's play style and just does the same thing over and over. So that's why it kind of gets boring. After a few games, I'm like, all right, I'm out. But I do feel like the game got enhanced and players got more knowledge from previous pros, and it's more tougher to beat average players.
What about you, Dan?
I want to recycle what Ruby just said when it comes to people gathering knowledge from previous players. I feel like that has a big impact to like why people are so much better than like the average player used to be. Just for the simple fact that, I mean, you can look up, let's say, Viper or Vengeance, Lethal. I mean, look at their play styles, look what they do, or Hydra. You know, Hydra just sits in the middle, whatever. They're gonna learn. All I need is a fucking sniper and run away from these fucking kids, fly up in the air. Or they're gonna know not to just fucking throw nades at fucking nothing. You know, like, I just feel like common sense has been improved so much in these players because it's just all this knowledge is here for them to learn and take. And back then,
I don't like adding a comment. My bad. It's like also like YouTube. Like we provided like YouTube videos for them of pro players, so that's where they get their knowledge.
yeah.
yeah, there wasn't much videos back then.
I have
feel
a different opinion. Well, kind of. I feel like, you know, I think like, yeah, for the most part, I feel like there is much more content for DA2 beginners to learn how to be better. And so I think the average player has gotten better over time in terms of like starting off. But, you know, I didn't really add this in, but I feel like the best players, or like if we get like the top 10 best players, or probably even the top 50 or 100 of the better players of DA2 now, I think they've actually plateaued a bit more, and they don't reach the same lengths of skill as they used to do anymore. Because, you know, I don't think there's any content on what it was like to be like the best back then, because the game's not really that old enough to know what the best was like in 2013, 2014. There just wasn't any YouTube videos on there, and playstyles were lost, and you know, I feel like that's where people start to play all the same as well. So, you know, the best might be, I think there's a lot more people who are like good. There are definitely a lot more people who are better than there were before, but they don't reach the same lengths as they used to do. If that makes any sense. So like, there's more hydros. There's like 10 different hydros now, but there's like only one ghost or one Vespate or one Apollo.
True.
Well, that's my opinion anyway.
Yeah, it gets boring. Everyone using the same play style. Whoever
Yeah.
wins sniper first is just gets the winner of the game.
But that's because of lack of content, I think. I don't think it's because of I think it will change over time. Like, I think it could come back if there's more content on different playstyles, but no one's doing that just yet. So give it some time.
Fully.
Mm.
I have the next question anyway. Which kind of relates to the first question in some way. Has the DA2 in third world countries in like Jamaica, India, like done any more good than harm? And you could take that up for interpretation. Whoever wants to go first? Or whichever.
Go ahead, Fleur.
I
Yo,
feel
Fleur.
like
Oh shit! I thought you
I feel
fell
like
asleep.
maybe done more good than harm. Maybe for the devs, it's good for them. They made some money off it, stuff like that. But I wasn't here to really like play all these new countries. I was surprised when there was these Indians, Pakistanis, and Jamaicans. Like I didn't think there were other pros. I thought it was just like US players and Australian players and stuff like that. But yeah, I reckon it's good in a way. But all these Indians, they're toxic, and I feel like that's just how it is these days, and that's how they get their names out.
Yeah.
Necessity.
Or
I mean, that's how we work.
or whoever.
I'll go ahead.
Whichever.
Go ahead, Ruby.
I mean, that's how it is. Like nowadays. I mean, back then we were toxic, talking trash, and now we were young ones. And I mean, it's the developers to make more money. That's all. What we all want, make more money out of what we do. So I mean, that's what they did. Spread the game to Indians. I mean, I don't say it's nothing bad. I just decide to stay away from them.
So, do you think it's done more harm?
Not really. The game is still what it is. What it is. What can you do about it? I mean, it's no harm. Not really.
Come on,
At the beginning,
opinion.
I remember. When did they add that shit? Like 2015, maybe something like that.
2015, 2016 time.
Yeah, I was like, those were the best times. I mean, everything was just chill. You know, the game was. I feel like the game was almost perfect. You know, I didn't really see anything wrong with it. I was having fun with it. I was playing every day. You know, I liked it. I loved it. Had no issues with it whatsoever. And then all of a sudden, they introduced these fucking androids. And back then, like every single game I would get with the Android, they would just lag like fucking shit. You know, it got to the point where, you know, when they added like the iOS and the Android icon next to the player's name.
Yeah.
Each time I saw one in my custom lobby, I would fucking kick them. I would not play with an Android whatsoever, just because they lagged like absolute fucking garbage. And at that point, I feel like they just ruined the game. Players from across the country, the internet shit, they don't get enough internet connection to the server. And it just made the game almost unbearable, you know? So I feel like it honestly ruined the game a little bit.
I remember doing that same thing, just banning Android players.
Yeah,
They do the same to us. They ban us.
they do. I remember I was joining a lobby, and it was the German server, not the German. What's the other one? Asia.
Asia.
I don't know. Yeah, and I came as my name, you know, Riot, and I was like, "Yo, what's up?" Like I was just gonna talk to them, and they told me to shut up, and they just fucking banned me from the lobby. I was like, "What the fuck?" I didn't even fucking say anything, bro. And I don't know if they knew who I was already or whatever, but like, I was hurt, man. Like I didn't even say anything bad or anything. They just fucking kicked me.
Bro, they kick you for off when you're like, okay, this is what gets to me. This is what gets to me. It annoys the fuck out of me. It's a thing when they let you play. You ready up and start the match. Once you start like beating them like crazy, like 10-0.
Oh my god,
Oh,
bro.
you hack, bro. Why you lag? What? Oh my god.
Why you lag?
Even if you get
Why you lag?
like you out straight away.
Jesus
So-
Christ. Every single kill like you get, that's lag, bro. You weren't even there. What a delay. I was like, shut up,
What a
man.
delay.
I feel you, Dan, though, because like I remember one point I spent a legit 20 minutes trying to join a lobby, and every single time I got banned. I don't know what I did. I don't know if it was my symbol or whatever. I would join as Hades, and literally ban after ban after ban. I spent 20 minutes, and eventually said, "I'm not playing DA2 today." Like I just couldn't fucking play. And you know, I feel like in terms of my own experience of what I wanted DA to be, like to produce the best of the best players, it hasn't done that. I think it's reached a wider audience, but it hasn't actually improved the quality of the players. So it's like, well, what's the point then if it's not improving anyone? I remember one instance, and I'm sure you guys will remember this as well. There was a time as soon as they released custom browsers or custom games, you would join like Battlezone India, and it will be riddled with like fucking lobbies full of like sex or like inappropriate shit.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I do remember that.
Oh yeah.
Be like
Yeah.
only girls here, or like I don't know, come to this lobby for sex or whatever. And the devs actually responded to this at some point. I can't remember what they did. I think, and it wasn't a censor. I think they just removed the server entirely in order to circumvent all this like silly shit because of the Indians kept on like making all these like disgusting lobbies. And then yeah, and then eventually it went away by itself. But you know, it was mostly an Indian-based problem at the time. So you know,
Yeah.
it definitely caused a lot of problems along the way, I think.
Man, I'm changing my mind now. I think it got worse.
It depends. Though.
Honestly.
It reached a wider audience. Yeah, sure, it did better for that. But like at the same time, like I actually blame part of that for why there aren't better players now. I don't think the players, like the best of the best players, are better than they were back in 2014.
The only major problem I have with it now, or not a problem, but like annoying, like disturbance, I guess you can say, is the fact that they all think they're fucking good now. Like, you walk into any Discord server, and they'll be like, "Who the fuck are you?" Like, what the fuck do you mean? Who am I? I'm Godly Riot, bruh. What do you mean?
I used to just say the word. I remember how you were talking about me being like quiet or whatever. I would go into like kick chats I would intentionally not put my name on my kick and be called like Kaya or whatever. And then I would just like shit talk or say something. I wouldn't probably even shit talk. I would just wouldn't say anything or ignore them. And then they all ask, "Who are you?" And I would just say the word Hades, period. And then they all would suck my dick. And then from there, it was just hilarious. It's just, I remember that. It was such an ego boost.
I feel you. I feel you. Man, yeah.
It's such an ego boost. It's like, yeah, you're.
It's like back then. It's like in quick play, you go undercover, and then they say, "Who are you?" And just Ruby. Oh
yeah.
shit!
And immediately after I'd say my name, I would leave instantly. I would just say the word Hades and leave. They wouldn't even, sometimes they won't even ask me who I am. I would just say the word Hades out of nowhere and then just leave. Because, you know, it was.
What a badass! That's a badass moment.
God.
Oh man, yeah. DAT was fun back then.
Daredevil dog moment right here.
Jesus.
Yeah, man. It was a crazy time at the time.
So, since we're going to back then, what was your guys' favorite version of the game? Start with Kaya.
Oh man. See, you can. It's a bit different because my favorite time is probably gonna be me at my prime. But I don't think there was any updates. So it depends though, because like me at my best is 2014, but there was like a drought of where there was like not really much happening in terms of updates. I think the last update that happened in 2014 was the Retina update, which basically turned DA2 into HD. I don't know if you guys remember that.
Yeah,
Yeah, that ruined it. Ruined it.
Like DA2 turned HD. It was so cool. I found it really fascinating. But
Oh, that was your favorite, bro. That was my worst update.
Yeah, I hated it because I was on iPad.
Skill, or was it your worst because of like the actual update? Because I was actually indifferent. It didn't bother me at all. Like the
Bro, here's my thing about that update, that HD thing. That ruined my gameplay a whole different level.
But you could turn it off. It was fine. You could just turn it off, and your game would be smoother if you're running on old.
Oh yeah, no, but it was like that update when that thing is like it removed everything, like completely removed the retina glitch.
Oh, right.
So that's like that was like my worst update ever. But my best version of the game was when of course I went to iPad, and there was like the retina glitch, and also you can modify your controls to bring the zoom and reload button down, so it won't be like so far away up the screen, and that's what I liked about it.
I remember that actually. Now that you brought that up, I completely forgot about that being a thing.
Like you can modify your controls for the first time.
Yeah, iPad Gen 1 stuff. Fuck.
Yeah, that was my favorite update.
What about you, Dan?
Uh, you know, I can't really speak on much of the updates from back then, just because I simply just don't remember. But I do remember when they first came out with custom lobbies. That was a game changer, honestly. I mean, from having to go to quick play, find people, or invite people through Game Center, and them not even getting the fucking invite, which is fucking annoying. Deal with like that for like 10 minutes of them apparently not getting the invite. So it just made everything so much easier, and so I feel like that was my favorite update. Just you got rid of so many issues.
Did custom come out with the?
I was gonna say before you quickly jump in, I feel like that's actually probably one of the better updates. Actually, custom games, custom browsers.
Yeah.
You were saying, Flo?
Did custom lobbies come out with the I thought it was Retina, actually. I thought that's how you said it.
Retina.
Oh, Retina. Yeah, did the custom
Retina
lobbies
sounds
come
like a
out
stripper
the same
name.
time as that?
What did you say?
Did custom lobbies come out the same time as that update?
No, I think it was a year after.
Oh, I see. Yeah, I hated that update as well. Just because I was on iPad and it was just like an iPhone screen, that update. Until I found out you could do 2 times view, it was so much better. But yeah,
Oh my
I
god, 2
enjoyed
times view was crazy.
But
Yeah.
It was, yeah, that was crazy. That's what I liked about it, though.
yeah, though, because at that time there was no other before that Retina update. There was no update for a year and a half, I think. And I think the reason why that was my best time is because I felt like at the time DA2 didn't need to change. So to me, that was
Pretty
the
much.
best because it stayed the same. And when it changed, that's when I started to feel like, yeah, custom browsers was good. I think it was a cool feature. But at the same time, it was bittersweet. I liked it, and I also partly hated it as well. Only because
Yeah.
I don't know if it was because I was losing my skill back at that time, or because it was just I was tired of DA2 even probably. I don't know. At that point I was starting to also hate it as well. So
That update affected a lot of iPad players, too. I mean,
Yeah.
I could say the old versions, like the old players like Fuse, me, Blood, if not Blood, because he got used to it before it then. But like El King, it affected a lot of old pro players against like the new gen iPad players like Viper, Hydro, Vengeance, and players like that, they got used to the new update with iPad. I guess. I mean, yeah.
What was your favorite update again, Flay? Or a year, I guess you could say.
I think the custom lobbies, yeah, and when
Yeah.
2 times you came out.
Oh, yeah, for
I did.
sure.
I did like when you could change your controls because I think that's when I switched to melee spam controls. Yeah, and then I went straight back to default. And I went straight back to default.
Which one of the new maps that they added? Like, let's say everything after Catacombs. Which one of those did you like the best?
What was that?
Like, out of all the new maps they added, like after Catacombs, like what map did you like the best?
I hated all the new maps.
So do you think
I
none of them
never
were good?
played them. Yeah, I never played the new maps. Maybe suspension wasn't that bad actually. I feel like.
Honestly, I can't remember all the names in my head.
All I remember,
Or Crossfire.
I remember
actually,
Overseer. Overseer was
that
shit.
map is massive.
Yeah, to be honest, it was. Well, you know, I've already said this before, but like Ghost was, who was a TDR leader of my clan. He was the one who made the concept design for that map. But you know,
Oh,
it was
really?
never supposed to be that big. Yeah, so like it was never supposed to be that big. His original design he made and told the devs was that it was supposed to be the middle was actually much closer to the sides, and there was never this big gap in between. And I think that was a better idea. I like that map as it is, like if it was much smaller. But then the devs made it bigger, and so you know no one likes that map anymore, basically.
I do like the one where the sniper spawns in the middle like all the time, and then above there's usually like a RPG
Yeah,
or
that's
something like that.
Crossfire.
I forgot what it's called though. Crossfire. Yeah, Crossfire. I do like
Yeah,
Crossfire.
yeah, I like that map too. It's actually not
It's
that
pretty
bad.
fun.
I didn't have to notice that. That's
It was
I
pretty
just gave
fun.
up at that point.
What's your favorite map then?
100% Outpost.
I hate Outpost.
Outpost has been my
Outpost
go-to.
is
for
the
years.
fucking nuke town of DA2.
It is literally the nuke town of
Yeah.
Literally.
like.
I feel like once you get a sniper in Outpost, it's just game over because you can
Yeah.
just see everywhere. You can see every spawn. It's just and you can just sit right in the middle and just kill everyone.
But you know, this is what differentiated the good players from the best players is what do you do when you don't have the sniper, and what you do is what really makes the best players the best.
Yeah, that's true.
I probably have to
that's
say
true.
that No Escape is my favorite map.
No Escape is probably my favorite 2v2 map or like multiplayer map.
I agree with you on that. Well, multiplayer, Bottleneck.
Yeah, I was gonna say
I hate
Bottleneck as well. I love Bottleneck.
I just find the map so boring.
Bottleneck.
Yeah, I would rather choose like probably Outpost, No Escape, Subdivision.
I
then
hate
High
Subdivision.
Oh, you know what? I fucked up.
Bottleneck
I meant to say
after.
Subdivision. Subdivision's my favorite. My bad. But I do like. Okay, let's do top three. All right. So top three, I want to say Outpost is 3, 2 is No Escape, and 1 is Subdivision. I really like Subdivision.
My favorite. I would say, sorry, from number 3 would be High Tower. Then No Escape. No Escape, and then it will be Subdivision.
Did you just say fucking Hightower?
No, third one's my High
Oh.
Tower.
Hightower is fucking shit, dude.
You know what?
I hate that map.
When it comes to like 1v1 picks, I actually had one that was never on this list. Actually, I asked so long. Like whenever someone would ask me, like, "Oh, we're gonna pick so long," I'll be like, "I'm gonna win this game." 100%
Yeah.
this game. So long was my shit. On a 1v1, I owned so long. I don't know why, but I just did. So
what was your top 3 again, Kaya?
in a 1v1 scenario,
Like overall, let's do overall.
I see. I don't have overalls. Because, like, for example, So Long would be in my top 1v1 list, but it would never be in my list, I guess. Outpost, No Escape, and then fuck it, I'm gonna put Icebox.
Icebox was actually pretty solid.
That was my 1v1 map as well. I would jam on that shit. Only because kids wouldn't know how to play it.
Multiplayer on Snowblind was kind of my favorite too.
That was a good map.
Yeah. What about you, Flair? What was your top 3?
Probably No Escape at number 3. I actually really like High Tower, so that's number 2 for me. And then probably Bottleneck for number 1.
Bottleneck for number 1, really?
Oh,
Yeah, I don't know. I really like Bottleneck.
it's just such a boring map, though. I don't know why I found it so boring. Like, No Escape has that big drop in the middle.
Yeah,
But that's the only reason why I like it. There's no like skill thing for it. I just like it because it's a fun map.
that's like Subdivision,
think-
just that big drop in the middle too.
Honestly, I think out of all those maps, I feel like High Tower requires a less skill in a 1v1.
I feel like that's Outpost for me for some reason.
I mean, literally, High Tower, you have that big ass wood platform, in the middle, and you just sit on it the whole time. There's nothing they could fucking do. They would have to hit you, I mean, at least 2 times with the RPG or whatever. If you had a sniper, it's just over if you have a sniper. I mean, they really can't do shit. I mean, you literally have the high ground in that sense.
Pretty much.
I think when you're
I feel like-
losing disadvantage, though, I actually disagree. I think Outpost is probably the worst because the map is so small that if you can perfect your rush so well, like to me, the best ideal rush at the time is that if you rush them so well, they should never be able to pick up a weapon. And that's I think rushing at its best. Like whenever they spawn, you should be there already. And I think Outpost is dangerous if you can master that.
That was
Yeah.
what Fuse. That's Fuse playstyle.
Yeah, and like a lot of the best players learn how to do. I learned how to do that as well, but like learning how to defend against that, that's what made you really good.
That's hard.
It's hard, but people. Apollo did it, Ghost did it, I did it. We all had to do it.
Well, and especially in 2v2s, like in Outpost and the opposite team, they both have sniper. It's just game over. Like you can't really do anything about it when both of them have snipers. Especially in Outpost. It's just rape. It's just rape from there.
I remember a game I played. This is post my prime, man. I was just playing, and I was actually expecting Viper to carry the game for me to some degree. It was me, Viper versus Hydra and Laser, and I knew I wasn't like at my best. This was like 2015, 2016 time, so I was losing it already. And I asked Viper just before we were about to start the games, do you want to ban the sniper? Because I know I can beat these kids without it. And Viper's like, nah, we ain't banning that sniper. And so
Viper loves their sniper.
Viper was useless, fucking useless without the sniper. Fucking absolute dog shit. As soon as he had the sniper, yeah, sure, we were doing okay, but as soon as he lost it, his skill just went out the fucking window. And that's what really made the best players the best is, they never had the sniper, but they still came out on top. And sadly, he just wasn't cutting it at the time. So we lost a TDL versus EV.
I gotta be honest with you. I don't really consider if I was making my top 10 players, I wouldn't consider like those type of players in my top 10.
No, not at all either. But they were the best at the time, I think.
They were the best at the time, but in my personal top 10, I wouldn't include it. Maybe Viper will be like not my number 1 or top 5, maybe 7, 8.
And me number 1.
Flair,
I
of
think
course,
that's
yes.
because
Flair
there's a
number
lack
1.
of players, if there was a lack of players, Viper would be on there. But there's definitely a lot of better players than Viper. Definitely.
Because it's just like the idea of just getting sniper and being the top It's just pretty stupid to me.
Yeah, I remember
It's like
when people used to say, "Oh, this kid's only good with sniper." Like everyone was using that at one point, but it was kind of true in a way because once they get sniper, they would just get like 10 kills straight away.
exactly
Yeah,
back to back.
Sniper, they had like 10 deaths. It was like, well, that's
Yeah.
really good there.
No shade, but I think that a lot about Zero and Volcanic.
I mean,
Yeah, like
oh, Volcanic God. Well, yeah, I agree on that.
I never
It's
actually
like-
played Commando like after my prime, but I feel like Commando would be on there. I've only because I feel like I think I only say that because of the potential I saw. I never actually saw him do any 1v1s, but I think in my prime I saw something in him, and I feel like if I never saw it, I'm gonna guess that he would be on there, but I don't know.
on there. Yeah, I feel like Commando is that type of player that's so underrated. It's like him without a sniper, he can make his way into winning without a sniper.
I think he's slightly underrated, actually. Yeah.
Yeah, he's underrated.
Do we have any other questions?
Well,
Every gun.
biggest DA2 losers. We gotta go with this.
Okay, yeah, let's do that.
Biggest DA2 loser.
Let's do three, all right? Like from different generations.
That's a hard one.
What? Yo, hold up. No, hidden back from like the previous question. Sorry about this. Hidden back from the previous questions. Hey, Hades, do you guys remember like the names of Lucky Luke or Whiskey Wabbit? Like stupid names like that.
Yeah,
Like stupid names like that.
I remember.
Like Lucky Luke would have no pro pack, but yet he is hella good with like AK-47 or like a random machine gun, and then I was like, what the hell?
I really think those guys are really cool. I don't know if J13 was one of them, or there was this one kid I remember who had like a ninja mask on, like a skill 99, and he'd be on quick play with just a single Uzi and like shredding kids. And like me with my pro pack at the time was like struggling. I was like, what the fuck's this guy like?
Honestly,
Like, what the fuck? He's using nothing and I'm fucking losing. Like, no way.
I'm like, I have a sniper against Lucky Luke, and then this guy was just like, without a struggle with the AK-47 killing me. I was like, what the fuck?
It was literally a One Punch Man sort of character, and that's at that time. Yeah, those guys are funny. In fact, I was one of those guys for some degree because I could never afford a pro pack, or like I never had like an Apple ID to buy a pro pack.
Honestly.
Yeah.
All right, biggest loser. Let's go.
DA2 losers. Ruby, you go first because I know you know a few more than Flair.
All right. I would say first name that pops up to my head. Like I kind of feel bad for this kid. Remember you remember Gloopy, this kid named Gloopy or Skills. Everybody bullied the fuck out of him. Like everybody bullied the fuck out of him, yo. I even bullied him too. I kind of feel bad about it.
I had this one YouTube video called How to Train a Legend. I don't know if you guys remember. And I texted him undercover and be like, yo, I want to learn how to be a legend. And then afterwards, I would just body the kid in the 1v1. I'd be like, am I a legend? Yeah.
And he was like bragging about like a loft leader. Then I made a video about that, and I was like, "Go look at the new loft leader." And I was like, "What the hell?" And then
that was him.
Or my second one is like Reznov, not Reznov. Or who was it? Deadshot. Deadshot. What was his name?
Bloodshot.
Yeah, Bloodshot.
Oh my god, Bloodshot.
God dang, Bloodshot was like.
No, you carry on first.
He was my third. Now, recently when I came back, I heard Exxon was being bullied the fuck out. So I was like, I guess third is Exxon.
I'll do the opposite order. I'm gonna say no. You already know it's my boy Chant, man. Chant. I mean, as soon as I came back, I just found out this random ass kid Chant punching bag, bro. Like I saw the videos that you posted of him, bro. Bro is like 19 years old, the receding ass hairline. He has to fill his hairline.
No, he's like 14 or something.
Some shit I don't even know, bro. But that hairline, bro, like he can fit 2 hands on that shit and still have 2 inches left. Like I'm pretty sure that shit's on top of his head, and he just talks so much shit. And for a guy that used to ride my dick like crazy, and now he's like this cocky ass Jamaican kid. I don't even know. Like I don't even know what's gone in his head.
I think he's 15.
And it's gone to the point where I'm at work, right? I think this was last week. I was at work, and all of a sudden he posts out screenshots like, "Hey, look what I just did to you. Look what I did to Riot." And I'm like, what? Like I'm in the middle of a fucking shift. This man's faking a screenshot just to prove a point in his little DA2 career to impress Kyle or whoever. I don't know what he was trying to do with that. So I'll probably have to say he's the biggest DA2 loser right now. Mid-gen DA2. I would have probably gone with maybe at the time I would have said Hatrix, or I think that was who exposed me. Just because he ruined my fucking life, bro, on DA2, man. Like when I got exposed, my shit was over, bro. Like I got bullied off of DA2 at that time, and I fucking hated him.
What happened?
No,
I remember that.
when I got exposed, remember? On Kick.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like that's just shallow. Honestly, to go out of your way to just get someone made fun of like that. I'm like, I just feel like that was fucked up.
That was DA3 back then.
Yeah, man. I mean, I'm not like salty about it anymore, but at the time that's how I thought about it. Like, how the fuck you gonna ruin some kid's life on DA2, whatever? Like, I mean, it's whatever now. I don't really care now. Back then though, I was gonna say the same thing though. Bloodshot. I mean, I remember Bloodshot was known for talking shit. I mean, that was his thing. This talking major shit. But he fucking sucked at DA2 though. Like he was horrible.
Wasn't
he just sucked
this
dick,
rumor
bro.
that he was someone else or something?
Yeah, I'm very strongly convinced. In fact, I'm fucking certain. Because like I said, I used to play SB a lot, right? And SB, you know, like I don't know if you ever spoke to him, but he was really nice. Like he was a super nice person. Like he never talked shit about anyone. Like I know, like people used to mock and meme him, but like, in terms of like politeness, he was always nice. He's probably the nicest like DA2 I've ever met. Like he was never talk bad about anyone. He never. I don't even think you guys can think of a time he was like trash talking anyone ever.
Never.
And then this BS dude, Bloodshot dude, comes along with SB spelled backwards, and he just starts coming out of nowhere, starts shit talking. He has the same YouTube format as SB in terms of playstyle. He has the same controls as him. Plays somewhat similar to him in some way, and just starts shit talking kids. And you know, SB is competent enough to beat these kids at the same time, so Bloodshot beats them as well. And then Blood made a website, right? And on this website, I don't know if you guys remember, but he had this DA2 website, and it was like a post of it was like a forum page basically. And if you clicked on people's profiles, it would say which state they were in. And so if it was in, like, for example, if Dan had made a profile, it would say Ohio or wherever the fuck he's from. If you clicked on SB, his said Illinois. And then if you clicked on Bloodshots, it also said Illinois as well.
Oh.
So, you know, this is something. I actually said hello Illinois on SB's channel, and yeah, he I can't remember where he replied, but he commented something. So you know, I'm quite convinced that it was him.
What about you, Kai? Who do you think are the biggest three losers?
Okay, biggest three losers. I'll go backwards from now. Chance is definitely on there. But you know, he's not like a fucking loser, like everyone hates him. He's like a comedic loser. Whereas like
Yeah.
the other one on my list is actually Commando. Like Commando was at one point the biggest fucking loser on DA2. Like I remember
Yeah.
everyone used to hate Commando. Everyone used to hate him. Like even I hated him for a good while. He was such a fucking idiot back then. But he was a different person back then as well. Like that was the first person I remember where everyone hated him. Who else is there? Who else is it? Geezy is another one. This
I was best friends with that dude.
Geezy
damn.
would shit talk everyone, but then like lose 10 games straight. It was just an example of a kid talking shit but could never back it up. At least like Bloodshot could back it up to some degree. This kid just never could back it up.
He was bad. He was straight bad.
He was just straight bad, but like he was just completely trash talking as well. So those are my losers, I guess. Commando at one point, Chance, and Geezy.
What about you, Flair? You have to come up with somebody. I know you're nice, but come on.
I don't know if you remember Evil Tim,
Oh my god.
but
Oh
Evil
my
Tim was probably the worst player I've ever played in my life.
This is like some like player to me. I never thought much of him.
Yeah, it just randomly popped up in my head, but yeah, I reckon he's one of them. I also think Exine. I have no idea why. He's just the laughing stock at the moment. And I don't know if you know this new gen, but his name is Samu. Some
We were talking about him in the chat, yeah.
some 13-year-old Indian. He's just getting flamed and stuff. He's already banned from this server, I think. But yeah, that's my three.
Y'all remember dude I was like big buddies with Eclipse back in the day?
Oh my god, don't get me started on Eclipse.
Everybody hated that kid.
Me and Eclipse were quite close actually, because he was close with Apollo and Ghost, so it was mutual.
Yeah, he was. And also my honor, or what to say, my honors would be Pat 600, 900, whatever, and Smooth.
Fucking hell.
Them,
Really smooth.
them jokers.
I did not like Pat, bro.
Why'd you pick Smooth though? I'm surprised on that one.
Yeah,
Because
Smooth was chill.
Smooth was.
I mean, it was my personal thing. I think it's a way I see it, because at one point I was being trash talked by Pat, and then I guess Smooth was like chiming in with Pat, and I was like, I had to despise in them for a minute. And then after I got good and big and made a big clan with the SW clan, then they started riding my dick and just like, yo, can you come help me with my clan, Claymore? I was like, well, whatever, I'll come help. So I guess I just saw Smooth and like chiming in with Pat. I mean, that's how I see it.
I did not like Pat, man. It was fucking annoying.
I think Pat was just a troll to me. I didn't really pay much attention. He was never good, so I just ignored him.
I only found him annoying for the simple fact that I think I mentioned it before, but we had a clan war. I forgot what clan it was that I was in the time, but we were doing a clan war, and it was like it was still a pretty low level in the score. Like it was probably like I want to say maybe 10-10 or whatever, and they had gotten us by one. Like they're up one, and all of a sudden they just started suiciding the whole time, and they won like that, and I was like, what the fuck? Like I told them, we did rules before, like no suicide, whatever, and they said all that shit. And so at that point, I was like, oh, well, fuck these guys. I don't want to play them anymore. And I told them, I was like, play right. We're not going to play you anymore. And they're like, okay. And so they just stopped playing us. Then Pat, I think he posted on his YouTube channel. And they just said, like, what was it, Saw versus whatever clan, I forgot what it was.
Yes.
And yeah, they just left it like that. And they're like, we forfeited and shit. And so I just found that really annoying.
Man. So many clans there.
How many clowns today?
Many
God.
clans.
I
What do
consider
you,
all these Indians clowns.
Oh, I said clans, but clowns is also a thing as well.
Oh, my bad.
Oh,
I was gonna say, what are you guys doing outside of DA2 now then? It's over for you guys.
Right now, like I'm working in like a lighting business with a lighting business. I just recently got hired, and recently my boss sold his company to this like big landscaping in the east side, well in Delaware,
Right.
and it's landscaping, hardscaping. And he also like he had his like lighting company crew, but they were like did the job so shit. So he bought our company, my boss's company,
You didn't answer my phone call.
to make the job more precise. So that's how I'm going. And also, my mom just like opened she does painting, and she done it for like more than like almost 30 years, and she's really good at it. So she opened her company, her insurance and everything. I'm trying to help her with that, advertise, and also my dad as well with construction around here. So I'm trying to help the family out at the same time. So that's how my life is going.
What do you want to do though?
What do I want to do?
Do you have an idea yet, roughly?
Honestly, with college and school, I really don't think I'll be going back. I'm just trying. My plan is for myself is because from my side of the family, we grew up poor, and we always like worked hard, our asses off, day and night to get where we are. And I want to be like that, that kid that wants to like help the family grow bigger. So that's what I want to see in myself.
that's good.
What about you, Flair, man?
Actually, I used to work at the airport, but I got stood down due to COVID. So my dad opened up a restaurant, and I'm currently helping him out there because I'm just waiting till I find a electrician apprenticeship, and then that's what I'll be doing. Except I hate working. I've been trying to get into crypto at the moment, but it's really hard at the moment.
Yeah, I it is what it is, but yeah, that's all I can say to that.
Yeah.
Dan, you still there?
Do you want
1 sec.
Well, take your time, man.
What do you do?
Me? Oh fuck. Well, right now I'm working. I make drinks fucking as a bartender now, roughly right now. I just graduated. But right now I was mostly doing that for cash, but then eventually ended up getting tagged along doing that sort of line of work. And then it's it's something I want to get out of. I do a lot of music stuff on the side as well. So I do production work for like small time like bands and artists and whatnot. And then like I want to break more into like film for sound design as well. So that sort of areas of stuff I want to do. But a bigger thing that I've actually been looking to do, and it's something I haven't really told a lot of people. I'm actually looking to get my own place soon, and so that's been quite exciting to some degree. Or buying a house, or not buying a house, just buying something. So
Yeah. Apartments have to
towards
start
that.
with.
I do a lot of stock trading as well for the last couple of years, and that's been doing pretty well for the most part. So I do a lot of things basically.
Mhm.
All right, well, I'm ready now. So recently I have this really inspired. I've been really inspired recently by midget porn, so I've been like looking to get in the industry and just start recording porn.
I see.
No, but seriously though,
That for
like 5 years. But seriously though, so I graduated high school. It's been like fucking I don't even know, like 3 years, maybe 3 years, 4 years, something like that. And after that, I was out of school for a bit. I worked at Amazon for like 8 months. Then I was jobless for a little bit and just did Uber Eats. But recently in August of last year, I started trade school, and I'm doing a collision repair right now, which I mean it is what it sounds like, fixing up cars and shit. And so right now I'm in that for now, and I was part time, but now I'm full time at school, so I go from 8 to 3, and I guess I got voluntold to enter a competition for like it's like kind of like states, and I'm gonna go and compete against other students and try to like be the best at like doing like body work.
funny, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
So I'm
that
basically
sounds
gonna
sick.
compete against other people and do like body work and see like who comes out the best, you know. And we're gonna do a job fair in March, so I'm hoping to land a job in a shop. But right now I'm just working at my local Home Depot selling wood to old middle-aged men and also hitting on the ladies there.
Not bad.
So yeah, I'm excited to get my career started and everything. But yeah, I'm just starting out.
That's good.
No, that's good.
Yeah, guys, do you wanna call it a wrap here then? I feel like it's been a good, well, almost 100 minutes now. So I think I've gotten everything I wanted to talk about.
This is pretty fucking chill,
It was nice. I like this one.
honestly.
It was
Yeah.
pretty decent. I'm glad with how it turned out. I'm glad both
So
of you guys
question.
at the last minute. What's up?
So do you like for every podcast? Do you like a different person, like feature such and such?
To some degree, I wanted at least like enough of a segment, or probably maybe even an episode, even of just me and Dan. And so, like, you know, you understand like me and Dan a bit more, and then host other people as well. But you know, whatever happens, I don't mind like talking with other people as well at the same time. But like, I wanted to some degree, I'm sure Dan wants the same thing as well. Where
Yeah.
like a bit more of our own character, a bit more of our own information in there, and then we also add people along there as well, and then we just talk about what their experiences was as well.
Oh yeah.
That's crazy.
But yeah, we'll see what
Crazy.
it goes from now. I'm enjoying this. It's a nice little fun project.
Kind of crazy.
Yeah,
Like
it
back then, like Hades, I would like never get close to him, and now like I'm like we're voice chatting right now.
Yeah, I'd
I
never
mean,
expected that to happen.
Me out of all people, I wouldn't have expected this because I remember when I first met. I mean, I knew about Kai already, but I remember that one game. I still remember that one game. It was me, you, Kaya, Swirl, and Apollo. Or I said me, you, Kaya, Apollo. I meant to add Will in there, but it was on No Escape, and you guys were just fucking me, like just like raping me. And I was honestly a little dick writer back in TDL days.
Yeah,
And I honestly thought you didn't fucking like me, bro. I thought you
Oh, he
would,
didn't talk for shit. And I was like, this nigga doesn't like me already.
shit.
bro.
You know,
Like I remember.
I
You said what?
I remember shit talking you actually, but it was never personal. Like it was just
Yeah, I remember that one
trying
time
to have some fun.
you called me on Skype, or maybe it was the other way around. I don't know why. And you just started making racist jokes like right off the bat. I think you're pretty sure you called me like a wetback or a dirty spick or some shit like that.
He called you a spick. I'm not gonna lie. But
And I think you like asked me how many people lived in my house because like it's a thing. So I just thought you should have disliked me, and
you didn't say that. Oh my god. I'm so
Damn.
sorry.
to turn from back then to now, I was like, I mean, I feel like we've become like some cool friends or whatever.
Dan, you know, back then, I'm not gonna say anything. I'm gonna tell you one thing though. I was 15. I don't know what the fuck I was doing. I was doing the weirdest shit. Like I remember one point I was making like ISIS decapitated pictures, and
I do remember those. Yeah,
dropping DA2 players' faces on there, and just like drawing swastikas and shit. I was doing the weirdest shit back then. I was just a teenager.
yeah, man. I just wouldn't have to expected us to be in communication like we are now.
Yeah,
Honestly, I felt like Kai was like, it was one of those players that I feared. Like also like Ghost, I had a fear in Ghost because of the also when I was like smaller because of the scary ass avatars. Like he kind of had like a creepy avatar. Hades as well had with the like mean face. I was like, I bet
Bro,
these
this guy
people.
was scared of DA2. I would say.
I was like, these people in real life probably don't.
Were you scared of the Jason mask?
No, not those.
but
It's just like
no, you carry on first.
I was like, I look at the avatars and I interpret like their personality in real life. It was like with Hades, I was like scared of him. Then he offered me to like record a video for YouTube. I'm like, oh shit, all right.
You know, I only used you for clout back then.
Wow.
I remember. No, to be honest, actually, that was one of my more favorable videos. Like, I remember because you had a good like. I liked what you had going on. You when you were using the Prisma name, you had like these edits of like videos which were never done before at the time, and I really liked that. And I even tried doing one video like yours actually because I thought it was really cool. And I remember what was it? Turn Down for What was like one of your songs.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, you know what, this guy, I didn't. It wasn't like my thing, but you had a style going on, and I really liked it. That was cool. But you know, like, yeah, I think you were right off the. I never saw it the way you saw it, where you were like interpreting how people were like in real life. Because
Yeah, I saw those like evil eyes on
I was an
Ghost.
edgy kid. Yeah, I was a bit of a fucking edgy kid. I'll be honest. Like, I don't know if it was. I was really competitive. So, I did try a lot. So, yeah, I think that's what it was. It was just
Like I see a smile on an avatar. I was like, oh, I bet this guy's like friendly. That was like my interpretation, and like when I was younger.
I wanted to fuck kids up back then. I wanted to fucking win. Like that's what it was. Yeah. I would get
Out of all the people here,
it's like sorry, I would get mad if it was like anywhere near second place. Like I would get so fucking mad in real life. Like I just couldn't not lose. Yeah, it was a different time though.
that makes me want to ask, what's the maddest you guys got out of a game? Like they used to do something in real life. Like for me, I remember I was in the living room playing a game, and some bullshit just happened. Like I don't remember what happened. Maybe I got lag switch or whatever. But I just remember like putting my phone down, and then I just like punched a hole in the fucking wall, bro. My dad made me fucking pay out of my own pocket for like all the material, and they made me fix it myself.
Damn.
I think I remember bending my old iPad because of DA2.
You guys are crazy.
I think I did it with my knee. I just bent it.
This guy's fucking insane. He just bent a fucking iPad.
Yep.
Yeah, does it have to be based on Deuteronomy or a different game?
Yeah, this is based on DA2.
No, because I was gonna say a different game that really got my anger out.
So you never like did anything crazy when it came to DA2, like throw your iPod or something?
No. Honestly, yes. Because what frustrated me was lag. The damn Wi-Fi I had was like so bad back in the day. It kept lagging like constantly. I couldn't even play like a good game, like a fresh game. So I was like, you know what? I threw my phone across the room.
What about you, Kai?
I remember one time. It's probably not the maddest I've ever been, but it was like I used to play around with like the display recorder, like the jailbroken display recorder, and it would also record audio if you had the option to do that. So I remember I accidentally left that on, and I think in a game I was losing on a quick play game, right? and all you could hear from the audio was like fucking grunting of like heavy breathing in and out. Like I was like, I don't know, suffocating or some shit like that. But I was breathing so heavily because I was losing, and you could just fucking hear like silent, heavy breaths, and I was just taking a big L basically. But
Damn.
I would get mad if I lost though. I would get really fucking mad. Yeah. Yeah.
Crazy.
Out of,
I mean, the maddest I've
Keep
ever been was playing FIFA, because I was playing FIFA and I was losing so bad online, and I had like a almost empty water bottle. I threw it on my door, and I actually made a hole.
you made
There's a small
door.
hole in my door
You made a hole in your door with the water bottle.
With the
with
cap.
with the water bottle, the cap.
Fuck.
Yeah.
I think I remember times where, like, if it was like, like I think when DA2 players were starting to rise to the challenge of doing 1v1s, if I lost like an important 1v1, my whole mood would be like down for the whole day. Like I just would be like, yeah, I fucking took that L, and it would just be on my mind of like, fuck this, I could have done this better or whatever.
I had nightmares about DA too.
Man, like stress 1v1s.
I could have done better though, King. Honestly.
I remember you being shocked that I beat Thunder. You're like, wait, you beat Thunder? Like, you were one of the first people, like, oh, he took a W.
Viper wants to speak.
Yeah, I guess we can add him in quickly.
Oh, you want some?
Yeah, he can join for a quick
Yo.
I'll join back. I gotta piss.
What up, Mike?
What's up, man?
I requested again on Clash.
No.
Yeah, I saw that.
Oh yeah.
What do you guys think had like the coolest name?
I really like the name Hades.
Thanks, I like it too.
I love it.
This guy. I really like the name Exhaust and Vispate. But I feel like those names are clean.
I feel like
Yeah, I fuck with this spade.
Spade, I don't know.
On Helios. It's just those mythology names, they're really nice.
Yeah.
Damn.
But there was someone, I think, but I can't remember off the top of my head.
Oh, I really
Actually, how did you all come up with your name?
we should fucking ask that question earlier.
Yeah, oh, well.
You want to save it for next time?
Yeah, let's save this one for next time.
Alright.
But yeah, that was a different story, actually.
Are we done here?
Yeah, I'm gonna cut it here because I feel like we've got most of the stuff we're gonna say, and we could leave the rest for the next episode, actually.
Alright,
So,
cool.
Thanks, guys, for coming in last minute. It was pretty cool.
Thanks for having me.
You gotta come in the next one, Viper.
You gotta come. Next
Yeah,
week.
that'll be cool. I'll tune in for that one.
You gotta talk louder though. You gotta talk more clear.
Cool, yeah.
I don't want.
I got
I got it.